Every founder has heard the mantra of the lean startup methodology: build, measure, learn. It's the heart of how modern startups are supposed to work, and most founders get the very first word wrong. Build does not mean start coding, but that is exactly how the founders read it. They open a code editor, they hire a developer, they pour money into a product that nobody has actually asked for yet. Rushing straight to custom code is the most expensive, slowest, most painful way to find out if your idea is even worth chasing. Engineering hours are not cheap, and they do not come back. Every hour you spend building an unproven idea is money you will never see again. Steve Blank, the pioneer of the customer development approach, said it decades ago, and it is still true today. Early stage companies almost never die because the technology breaks. They die because they don't have any actual customers. Skip real market validation and you're not building a product, you're building in a vacuum. And that is why 90% of modern minimum viable products, or MVPs, never find product market fit. Product market fit is the moment when the market genuinely wants what you have built. 90%. So before you commit on engineering hour and before you write a single line of code, you have to earn the right to build an MVP. And to earn that right, you have to pass a 5-sign diagnostic. 5 clear signs that you're not ready to build yet. Miss any one of them and you're almost certainly building too soon. Sign number 1. Can you name 3 specific real-world people who suffer from the exact problem you're trying to solve? Not personas, not small business owners aged 25 to 40. 3 real names, 3 real humans you could call today. It is very easy to design features for a hypothetical audience built out of industry averages. The problem is that audience does not actually exist, and hypothetical customers do not hand you their credit card. Sign number 2. There is no active workaround. A workaround is what people already do to solve a problem before your product exists. A messy spreadsheet, a group chat, a part-time contractor, duct tape, and hope. Look closely at how your target market actually operates today. If a problem is genuinely painful, nobody is sitting around waiting for your app to save them. They are already hacking something together. No workaround means no real pain, and no real pain means no real market. Theoretical demand does not justify writing custom software. Sign number 3. You're designing an MVP to test whether the product works, where you should be testing whether anyone actually wants it. Before you need a minimum viable product, you need a minimum viable offer. That is called an MVO. An MVP asks the market a small question. Would you use this every day? An MVO asks a much bigger one. Do you even want this thing to exist? Look at Slack. Slack didn't launch as a billion-dollar enterprise product. It started as an internal chat tool inside a failing video game called Glitch. Before betting the company on a polished commercial product, the founders did something quite brilliant. They pitched the promise of that internal tool to friends at other companies and asked if they wanted it. They validated the demand before they built the platform. Pitching a promise with a clickable prototype or even a manual service running behind the scenes is drastically cheaper than writing custom code. And here's the part most founders miss. It gives you deeper feedback. Because you're not testing whether the product is usable, you're testing whether people actually want it. Start with the MVO, get proof of demand before you write a single line of code. Sign number 4. You're mistaking polite encouragement for actual market validation. Rob Fitzpatrick wrote an entire book about this. It's called the Mom Test. His rule is simple and brutal. Being polite makes people lie to you about your idea. That sounds amazing, is not data. I'd definitely use that, is not data. Great idea, keep me posted, is definitely not data. The only real proof is a transaction. Money, time, a signature, a commitment. Everything else is just noise. Sign number 5. You have not figured out the one leap of faith assumption that could kill your entire business. A leap of faith assumption is the single biggest guess your whole idea depends on. When founders draw up endless must-have features for version 1, they don't build a product. They build a feature creep. That is what happens when your featured list grows completely out of control. And that bloat drowns out the one thing they should actually be testing. Real validation only happens when a customer actually commits real money or real time to solve one critical pain point. Politeness is noise, extra features are noise, everything that isn't a real commitment is just a distraction. So flip your mindset. Stop planning features on a whiteboard inside your office. Get out of the building and into the market. The truth you need does not live in your code. It lives outside, in the hands of the people you claim to serve. Here's the correct sequence. Step 1. Proof of concept. Proof that the technology is even possible. Step 2. Prototype. Show the design and the user flow. No real code behind the scenes needed yet. Step 3. Minimum viable offer. Test whether people will actually commit. Only after that, and I mean only after, do you build the MVP. And only when you have a waiting list of paying customers or hard proof that people will actually pay. Building the real software is the last step, not the first. It is an expensive commitment. You save it for the moment the market has already told you that success is not just a gamble, not a hope, not a bet, a calculation.